Welcome to Deco Guide, the only app designed to help you navigate your college and career journey in the quickest and most affordable way. This podcast is brought to you by EdTechity, dedicated to opening doors to higher education and career opportunities for all.
So the first thing you got to do is get organized, okay? If your schedule is set for the term, create a weekly study schedule for yourself. If you're going to be taking 15 units, you need to be, planning 30 hours a week. Okay. Create a term schedule and put everything that you are responsible to do as a student on there. Reading assignments, homework assignments, projects, quizzes, midterms, speeches, whatever is responsible of you as a student, put it on there and check it daily, weekly, and mark and cross things off as you get it done. Try to preview the course material that's going to be discussed before each class, and kind of generate some questions that you hope the lecture is going to answer for you. Okay. You want to try to review your lecture notes after each course. If there's time between each class, that's the perfect time to do it. Okay. This might mean rewriting your notes too, because when you're in class, you're trying to keep up with the instructor. You might have some chicken scratch, right? So when you rewrite your notes, make sure it's nice and neat. So when you go back and you study it, it's aesthetically pleasing. Mm-hmm. Try to do your homework without using examples. I'm particularly talking about math and science courses. Okay. Commit to going to your office hours. And again, if you're nervous or apprehensive about that, you can do some role playing with your counselor to kind of get you ready for it. But have questions prepared ahead of time, so that way you can get the most of that experience with your instructor or your professor. Understand that practice makes progress. Nobody's expecting you to get straight A's on every single quiz, every single assignment, every single midterm, or the final exam. But just please keep practicing and keep progressing, right? So when you're doing your homework, if you get anything wrong, do the ones that you got wrong over again to make sure you got it right, because those may appear on a quiz or a midterm. Study time outside of class. I talked about this as the number one thing with getting organized, but if you're carrying 16 units, you need to be planning 32 hours a week, and it don't have to be in 5 or 6 hour blocks each day. You can break it up, an hour here, an hour there. But the key is being consistent over time and understand that each week builds off of the previous week. So you got to go back and review the material that you learned the first 4 weeks of the term, even though you're learning week 5 material. Understand your learning style. Are you an audio learner? Are you a visual learner? Are you a kinesthetic learner? One of the things that I did when I created like a study guide for myself, I would also record myself reading my study guide aloud. And I would listen to that recording when I was working out, or when I went on a walk or something like that. So not only was I reading it, not only did I write it, but I'm also listening to it. So I'm engaging all 3 of those learning styles that we all kind of filter through. Take every opportunity to get involved in your class or group discussions, right? And this is going to require for you to know what's going to be discussed in class. You're going to have to stay on top of things. You should also be considerate about where you're sitting in the classroom. You should probably commit to sitting towards the front, the first 3 rows. If you can't get those, then sit towards the middle of the class instead of like in the very back on the outskirts. Okay. Learn from your mistakes. So if you get a quiz or a midterm back, and if there's anything that you missed on those, redo those. Make sure you understand why you missed those. That can be something you take with you to office hours and review with your professor or your instructor. And sometimes, because you've been engaging with your professor and you've been showing that you are a serious student, if you're on a borderline for a grade, they may give you the benefit of the doubt and give you the higher grade. I've seen that happen. There's a big difference between a C+ and a B-. Believe that you can succeed. You may struggle for a portion of the term. You may get a couple of bad quizzes. You might even bomb a midterm, but you can't allow yourself to quit and just give up completely, because you can turn things around. And mastery takes time. Mastering a skill or a body of knowledge takes great amounts of consistent time and effort. Take regular breaks and prioritize quality sleep to maintain productivity. Then at the end of the term, these are some 5 critical questions you need to ask yourself. The first question, what did I do well? See, a lot of times we focus so much time and energy on what we did not do well. Let's go the other way. What did I do well? Number 2, what do I need to get better at? Do I need to get better at time management? Do I need to get better at organization? Do I need to get better at studying? Only you know what you need to get better at, and be honest with yourself about this. Number 3, what do I need to start doing? I need to start going to office hours more. I need to start studying somewhere outside of my room. It's too distracting in there. I need to start hanging out with more serious students.
That part.
Hey, you feel me? Number 4, what do I need to stop doing? I need to stop procrastinating. I need to stop waiting till the last minute to do my work. I need to stop avoiding going to office hours. I need to stop making excuses. I need to stop blaming everybody else. And number 5, what am I committed to putting into practice for the next term? This is something that you're committed to doing differently than you did before. Okay, I'm going to go to office hours for all of my classes once a week. I'm going to spend 15 hours a week studying in the library. I am only going to go out on the days that I have off. So if it's Saturday night for you, those are the only nights that you're going to go out. You're not going to go out on a Tuesday night because you got to study. There you have it.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, all of our viewers out there, and Darwin for being the subject matter expert on this information. And for all of our listeners out there, y'all know the spiel. This is something that we like to do here at Inspírame, is to provide content just like this and give you an avenue to really ask like I said, the subject matter experts on different things that you're a little afraid to ask your own counselor or advisor on different situations. And just keep in mind that no question is a stupid question when it comes to your academics and your own personal support. So again, thank you so much for joining us today, and we will see you all on our next episode.
Thank you for tuning into Techo Guide, the app focused on bringing you tools and content to help you make better decisions about school, life, and career. We hope this episode has inspired you to pursue and excel in your own educational and career journey. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, and share.